Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's episode of Nightshift live from Corfu. Hope everybody's well. How are you, Adrian?
Yes, I'm very well, and very good evening to everybody. Another beautiful day here in Corfu. How are you tonight, Thomas?
I'm very well, thank you very much. I think, what a beautiful day again.
Fantastic.
What a wonderful day, yes.
Unbelievable, guys.
Yes.
Waking
Beautiful.
up in the morning, blue skies.
Sun is shining.
Can't beat them.
No, you can't, man. You can't.
And it was a good sunset tonight as well.
Oh, sunsets, yeah.
Have to say, I took a picture today of that, and I used it for my first posting on Twitter. I've just joined the tweeting brigade.
Oh, my
So,
word.
Yes, I thought I'd have first picture of a lovely sunset.
How lovely. How nice.
Well,
So
it was all right.
You're quite into sunsets, huh?
I love them. I have to admit, I don't actually see many dawns. Many dawns escape me, I'm afraid. But, you see the occasional one.
Only because you've been partying through the night, is that right?
Well, no, I wouldn't go that far. No, not these days. Maybe in my younger days, yes,
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Not today.
Not today. No, not last
No,
night. No.
Well, we're going to kick off with local news. Is that right, Thomas? Yes?
Yes, local news, please.
Fabulous. Okay, we talked about the Corfu Tourism Conference the other day.
The other night, yes.
So we've had a little bit more detail about what they were talking about.
You're joking.
Sorry?
You're joking.
No, I'm not joking. No,
Really?
no. There was a little bit more detail came out. So they talked about basically the need for cooperation between all of them collectively involved in tourism. This was emphasised by a large number of the speakers. Apparently they were bearing in mind that there were negative experiences with cooperation before.
Okay.
Yeah.
We said something like this, didn't we?
We did, yes, I think we did. I think we mentioned that before, didn't we?
Yeah, we mentioned something before, yeah.
I mean, all parties need to get together basically and cooperate with each other to make it a better experience for the tourist. But I mean, the experience is good anyway, but I think they just want to improve on that whole kind of thing. They were also talking about the documenting of the data and parameters of the economic activity.
Ooh.
Apparently there isn't one at the
Really?
moment, so that's going forward to put that into practice. I think so they're going to pull in the data, pull in all of those things that needs to be talked about the economic activity on the island.
Do you think the tax man's going to get involved there?
Ooh, I don't know.
He might do, mightn't
He might do. Taxman always gets involved in
Doesn't
something.
he just?
Yeah.
That's the one thing you're certain of, folks, isn't it? Death and taxes through life. So they say.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Yes, it's true. No, he's not that wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
No, I'm just surprised because you said something, data. So what's with the data we got fed the last few years? Where does this come from?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean, but I mean, all they're saying is it's not been documented before properly, or maybe it has been documented, but not in a coordinated kind of way that everybody understands what's going on. So I think that's what they're kind of pushing at, is that the whole thing needs to be collected.
Get the basics right.
Get the basics right. Get all the economic activity documented and
logged, I suppose.
And logged, yeah, I suppose, and then
they can work from that. Yes, peruse.
Lot
of perusing going
Lots
on.
Lots of perusing. Yeah.
Do you reckon previous copies were eaten by dogs or hamsters or something like that?
What do you mean, like your homework?
Your homework was eaten by a hamster.
Homework's been eaten by a dog.
Yes, could be.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
I wonder if that's actually ever happened to anybody.
I think so. It's possible, isn't it?
I mean,
your
homework was eaten by a hamster.
Homework was eaten by a hamster or a dog.
I'm just wondering if all these notes that they've obviously made before on these tourism conferences, maybe they just sort of disappeared.
Yeah. No, I'm asking myself. We got so much data fed in the last couple of years, where they say, this is 1 million, 2 million tourists over the summer or more. And this was very confusing. We don't know how many tourists are on the island.
No.
So how should you prepare? How should you do anything? How should you respond to it's the basic of every tourism. Every year in the season, I have to know how many people came.
Yes, that would be a lovely question.
How many flights, how many people went through the airport? As example, would be nice to know in first. But second, you base your next year's business strategy on it.
Yes. Exactly.
I would say so. Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds good sense to me.
Yeah. Talking about flights and that kind of thing. Ryanair have announced that they're doing a flight from Corfu to Vilnius. Is that right?
Vilnius, yes.
Sorry, my pronunciation.
Capital of Lithuania.
Lithuania, that's right. Yeah.
That sounds good.
You're brilliant. Let's celebrate.
Let's celebrate, yeah.
Maybe with sauerkraut or whatever they have in Lithuania. Probably vodka, I dare say.
Vodka?
Yes.
Oh, that's
vodka is everywhere.
It does, doesn't it? Yes. I remember having some rye vodka in Poland once. God, it wasn't half strong. In fact, it was so strong, it knocked me out, and I had to catch a train at 3 o'clock in the morning to go to Warsaw. This is a very long time ago. And some local vicar came to give me a lift. Nice of him. The trouble is, I'd fallen asleep. They had to wake me up, and they literally had to carry me into the car because I was absolutely paralytic. I was about 19 at the time, so perhaps you might forgive me.
I don't know. You
so I got on this night train to Warsaw, absolutely paralytically drunk, without a train ticket, would you believe?
Oh, my word.
So when the guard came up to me to ask me for my ticket, I hadn't got one. So I managed, fortunately, to bribe him with cigarettes. I had a few packets of John Player Special Blacks, I think they were in those days. So I gave him a few packets, and he was ever so pleased, very happy. And he gave me this little space in between the two carriages. So I sat on my case in this little space. I was able to smoke, so that was all right. It was a long old way to Warsaw, though, and got there at some, 10 o'clock in the morning when my aunt met me or something. I was ever so pleased to get there, but I have to say, I was still inebriated.
Wow.
A little bit of an inauspicious start to my Polish adventure. Dzień dobry to our Polish friends, by the way. Hello. Great vodka, and I'm sure it's great vodka in Lithuania, bringing us back. So let's look forward to all our Ryanair guests coming in next year.
What are these flights? These flights, what they are now for the winter or summer?
No, I think they're for the summer.
They're for the summer next year. So,
they're going to be quite cheap, actually, from Vilnius to Corfu, €29.99.
Is that single way?
I believe so, yes.
That sounds a bargain, Thomas, doesn't it?
Yeah, not bad.
It is Ryanair, mind you, so...
well, I've never been. I can't comment. I'm sure they're a first-class airline. I really don't know.
All right, but you'll get charged for your luggage and basically your seat and...
It's not true that they charge you to go to the loo, though, is it? That was a misnomer.
Yeah, that's not true. That's
jolly good.
Fake news!
Fake news!
Fake news! We're back on that one again. Please keep our fake news coming in, you know. We always like to hear a bit of fake news.
So that's about it for local news today.
Oh, well, interesting, nonetheless.
So, okay, it was good news.
Yes.
Yeah, that was good news. Yes,
all good
absolutely.
News.
All good.
Nothing bad in there, so you see, it's also good news on this island.
Ola kala.
Ola kala.
Ola kala.
Mm-hmm.
Bravo. Good. Okay, up next we go worldwide a little bit. No, on the island. Let's see what's happened worldwide. And I think Adrian, you're the specialist in that one.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, but a few things catch my eye every now and again. They shout at me from the page. And today there's two little news items that I'd like to share with you. One from the UK, Bonnie, Scotland, in fact, and the other one from a very long way away, Australia. We'll go to Scotland first, Bonnie, Scotland. Actually, North Lanarkshire, to be precise. And it's a strange tale about a burglar. I don't know the guy personally, but he was burgling some house in North Lanarkshire, and for some reason, which we don't know why, he fell asleep. He was awoken in handcuffs, would you believe? The police were most surprised by this because not only had he fallen asleep literally on the job, but this is the strange bit, he was covered in Doritos. So he'd had a bag full of Doritos as a tasty cold snack at night while he was burgling this house. They didn't say, however, what the flavour of the Doritos was. I don't know whether that made a difference. But then the policeman added to this, not only was he covered in Doritos, but he was also had eaten half a pie, would you believe? So he must have been jolly hungry.
He must have been hungry.
Yeah. The police dismissed this as, it's perfectly normal. He'd had a hard day and he was on his way back home. And it was like a pit stop. A pit stop for a burglar. That's what they said.
Okay, so what did he actually steal?
I don't know. They never said, which is rather a shame. They just focused on the fact that he was asleep eating Doritos and half a pie. I don't know any more than that, but it just sort of struck me as odd.
Well, surely he hadn't actually stolen anything apart from the pie and the Doritos.
Exactly. So what they're going to charge him with, apart from breaking and entering, I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll return to that story when I know more. So, stand by. I'll give you some more information.
That's interesting.
It's funny.
Yes, it's quite strange, isn't it, Thomas?
I mean, this is a working model. How can you fall asleep on the job?
I don't know.
Maybe he'd had one too many vodkas.
There must be something special.
Whiskey.
Come on, for sure, something special probably in there.
Anyway,
I can't believe that.
Speaking of burglars, it reminds me of a little story about a cat burglar. Or, well, it's a cat and a burglar, actually. Yep. This was told to me a few months ago by a friend who was recounting a story that he'd been told by an English couple. And it was the lady telling him the story. I don't know these people, I have to say. And apparently this happened about a couple of years ago, I think it was around the London area, when this married couple went to bed as normal. The cat, their pet cat, used to sleep on the bottom of the bed.
Yep.
And all was well, and they were in a hearty night's sleep, when the lady was awoken to strange noises coming down below being the kitchen and the dining room downstairs. And she tried to wake her husband up, not much success, so she kind of nodded off back to sleep again, but she didn't because she kept hearing this noise, so she really woke her husband up and realised at the same time she was doing that there was no cat on the bed because she was sort of feeling for the cat, so she thought, well, it's not the cat, but it might be the cat making the noise.
Yeah.
But anyway, she woke up her husband and he said, whoa, what's the matter, woman, sort of thing, you know, as they do. And she said, oh, I think there's an intruder downstairs. And he goes, oh, it's your imagination. Well, he just rolled off back to sleep.
Yeah.
She, on the other hand, thought, no, I'm going to investigate further. This isn't right. So bravely, I think, she went downstairs, and when she got to the bottom of the stairs into the sort of alleyway where between the kitchen and the lounge, I suppose, she suddenly became aware of an intruder. And I don't know who was more surprised to see the other person, whether it was the intruder or the lady, but the man, the intruder, made a bolt out of the property, and in so doing so, he pushed her hard on the floor and kind of bruised her and, you know, knocked her slightly out, as it were, and ran out the door. And the reason I'm telling you this story is because some time later, the burglar was caught in hospital, would you believe, because he'd been admitted by having an absolute festooned he was, with cuts, dripping blood. He actually lost a tremendous amount of blood. How is this possible? Well, I'll tell you, it was the cat. The cat had watched all this escapade carry on and had chased after the burglar down the road and viciously attacked him, so much so that the man had to go to hospital to be treated. I should point out, I don't know the name of the cat, but I can tell you it was 5 kilograms of cat.
Wow. That's a vicious cat.
Was rather, but kind of saved the day in a way. So cats do have their uses.
They do.
So that's the cat and the burglar.
So is that kind of like a, you know, watch cat? Would it be a watch cat?
Maybe. I don't know. What's a watch cat? Sorry, I'm not quite sure.
Well, like a watchdog, you know.
Oh, I see. Well, maybe. Obviously kept an eye on them, didn't he?
I know people that keep geese.
Ah, geese are very good.
Geese are very good.
Yes, they are. Not so good when you're walking past them and they attack your ankles.
No.
They certainly seriously bite the ankles. But great guard animals.
Yeah,
they
very
really
good.
don't half kick up a fuss. So, from bonnie Scotland, we go down under to the wonderful, lovely country of Australia. Nice and hot down there. Good day, mate. Good day. Yeah. And this story, back to fishing again, actually, because it involves two guys, two likely lads, as it were, who'd had a jolly good day's fishing. This is in the Western Australia, and this episode happened about 60 miles north of a town called Broome, I do believe. Anyway, they had a successful day's fishing, and they were coming back. And this area that they were in was a large area of kind of salt marsh. It was a very desolate area, actually. And unfortunately, their vehicle got bogged down. It kind of got stuck. And they thought, oh, no. So they were sending all these video messages and help calls and all the rest of it to no avail. And they suddenly realised that the tide was coming in.
Oh, no.
Which they hadn't taken account of. So they decided they'd better get out of the car onto the roof, and at the same time they were deciding to do that with their supplies, I happen to say, they had a dog with them, so there was 2 men and a dog, and they got onto the roof of the car, not only because of the rising tides, but also because of crocodiles, and they were very concerned that the crocodile was going to eat their dog. So they were on the top of the roof for 5 days.
5 days?
5 days in this really hot, desolate place. I mean, beautiful, you like that sort of thing, of course. But they'd actually eaten all their supplies, they'd drunk all their water, and even though they'd sent off these distress messages and they'd done a video diary, they were saying goodbye to their loved ones. Can you imagine how that must have felt? Terrible, terrible.
Yeah.
And on the Tuesday it was, in the morning, some relative suddenly got wind that they were missing, they'd disappeared sort of thing, phoned the police, and later that day, the Tuesday, they were rescued. And the police were saying they were very fortunate indeed, because another day they would have definitely not made it. They were suffering from serious effects of heat, dehydration, and they were extremely pleased and happy to be rescued. So at least it had a happy ending.
That is a happy
and no one got eaten by crocodiles.
Not even the dog.
Not even the dog.
That's
Thank
good.
heavens for that. It's
Yeah,
very
that's
good,
good
isn't
news.
it?
Yeah, that is good news.
Definitely, yeah.
So that was Australia.
Yeah.
So, but that was today's news for you, or that
No, I don't think it was fake. I think it was genuine news.
Yeah.
Yes, genuine news.
Yeah.
We don't do fake here, not at StudioKerkyra, if we can help it.
Okay.
But what is story for? I mean, 5 days.
5 days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
5
that's
days is
a
a lot,
long
man.
time.
But
That's really a lot.
what concerns me is that they were sending all these messages, making a video diary, doing distress calls, but no one was correlating all these distress signals or information until the Tuesday. So they couldn't have been missed that much.
So
I don't know.
presumably, I mean, the vehicle that they were in had got stuck.
It was a 4x4. It was quite suitable, but it was just up against a very quick coming in tide. I don't think they'd realised that. It was a very vast expanse of marsh-type land, really.
Right,
As I
okay.
say, they'd been fishing.
But did they not get off the vehicle when the tide went out again, or?
I assume the tide came in and went out and came in sort of thing. I don't think it was too much of an issue because they were on the roof with all their supplies, but they'd eaten them all.
Wow.
And drank it all. I think that's the drink is the serious point there, isn't it?
Especially if it's salt water. You can't
But
get
they were
any
very
fresh
worried
water.
about the crocodiles. I do know that.
Yeah.
I would be too.
That's not a sort of thing I want to come up against. Certainly
No, definitely not.
not.
No. Some years ago when I was in Africa, lucky to be there, I went to a crocodile farm. It was like 48 degrees in there, in the shade. It was so incredibly hot, and all around you were crocodiles. And this man, the guide there, was very insistent that we touched crocodiles. We had to stroke these crocodiles. That's a very strange experience touching the scales of the back of this crocodile, knowing full well that at any second it could just turn on
around.
you and snap you. You're gone. Don't like the sound of that, do you?
No, not at all.
No. So let's talk about something more cheery than crocodiles.
We had some questions in, didn't we, Thomas?
Yes, we had some questions in. So let's carry on with the Corfu part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Question and answers from Corfu.
Mm-hmm.
And we have two things today. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
One is an update from the show yesterday, where we
yes,
speak about it in a minute.
Okay.
But we got a question from England. So I read this out. Let me find this question quickly. 1 second. Here it is. And there's an email question came in today from David in Southern England. So hello, David from Southern England.
Hello.
Question. Okay. You ready, guys?
Yes.
I don't know who of us will answer this question.
We're
but,
ready.
Okay, go on.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
are there any places for gay guys to go on Corfu, please? It's from David in Southern England.
Ooh.
Okay.
Personally don't know about that one. But
No, not trying.
I've seen a gay flag flying in Agios Gordius, I can tell you that, outside something called, oh dear, what's it called, Thomas? Can't even remember. Sun Terrace or something, I think.
Okay.
I have no idea.
No, I don't
God
know.
is not
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I don't know who we can ask.
Well, we can try and make some inquiries for David from Southern England, but we could also say, how about having a look online and maybe going on some app or other, maybe, dare I mention, a name called Grindr or something like that. I don't personally know myself, but I keep reading about it in the news. Grindr is one that operates here. I'm sure there is a gay scene here, but I personally don't know about it.
No,
No,
that's
not
for
sure.
sure.
I'm sorry.
But gays are welcome, I'm sure, as they are in most other places around the world. With
Yeah,
a few
to put it in
exceptions, of course.
one thing is, it's not Mykonos. Corfu
No.
is definitely not Mykonos.
That's a good point. This
Yeah,
is definitely
What's Mykonos?
Mykonos is an island in the Aegean which is definitely gay orientated.
Oh, okay.
It's got a fashion label island as well.
Yeah.
It's sort of high-end tourism.
Oh, cool.
I've not been, but I've heard stories from many who have.
Oh,
It's one of those things you either love it or you hate it.
yeah. Okay.
So, but Corfu-wise, yeah, well, like Adrian said, go onto the internet is your best chance. Have a look
Yeah.
at the websites, search. David, sure you know how to search on the internet. Where you found us.
Well, that's
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And no, sorry, we can make for sure inquiries. Okay, let's
Yeah,
see
well,
who
I think
we,
we'll look
we got.
into that for you.
We'll look
We
into
got
it.
we got gay friends for sure. You got a very good gay friend, Adrian.
definitely.
if I'm
Which
not-
one's that? Not on the island. I don't
No,
know.
not on the island, but
No.
who visited islands from England? Who visited the island already?
Oh,
so,
yes. There's
You
one
know,
or two
maybe
people.
you make some
Yes.
inquiries
Yeah.
this way.
Yeah.
But and we will try to find out for you,
We'll get back to you, David.
and
Yeah.
we get back to you, David. Definitely.
Definitely. Yeah.
But thank you for the question. So
Yeah,
guys,
thank
keep
you.
it coming. Send us the question now. We got the live chat on YouTube, so you can chat right in straight to us with your questions, or you go on and yes, we have, man.
Oh, sounds
Oh, you
good.
can't see that. Only I can see
No,
it.
but
Yeah.
that's impressive, Thomas. Quite high
Oh,
tech.
it's,
Wow.
Yeah, we're getting there, man.
Great stuff.
Or write into us, Nightshift at StudioKerkyra.com. So you have now the live chat available for you on YouTube. So I just said hello to everybody. If you have any questions, just let me know. If you want to give a comment, we always happy comment
Yes, absolutely.
about comments. Or otherwise, just go on to send us an email to nightshift at StudioKerkyra.com. Okay, I think that's the first question dealt with. Okay, R.
Yes, there was that book. If you remember, ladies and gentlemen, the other night we were some viewer wrote in a question about is there a good guidebook
That's
available
right, yes.
to Corfu? And I said, we're not sure about that, but oh yes, I've got one at home if I can find it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, lo and behold, guess what? I had a little archaeological dig and a bit of a rummage, and I came up with that.
Oh,
And
nice.
this-
Yeah. Okay, let's see if we. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'll do that. This is an AA Corfu travelling book. I bought it in England.
Microphone?
The only thing is, it was $3.99, but it is, I have to point out, was published in 2006. The reason I bought this myself was that I came to this island in 2006 for the first time, and that's when I fell in love with the place. But not knowing much about this lovely island, I thought, like possibly the person who asked the question,
Yeah.
let's see if I can get a good guidebook and find out some basics. And I have to say, reading through this book about Corfu, it's festooned with beautiful colour photographs and lots of useful information that's written in a very easy and understandable way. So I thoroughly recommend it. Now, whether such a book is still in publication, I don't know, but it was an AA travel guide of Corfu, thoroughly recommended by me.
Fabulous. Yeah, that's good.
Yes,
wanna
of
have a
course.
little-
Oh,
have a little look?
absolutely. Yes, have a fun
lovely.
through. Even tells you about Mon Repos. All the places that we were talking about the other day, Thomas,
other day.
including a fabulous picture of, I never remember the name of it, the castle.
Anglo Castro.
Anglo Castro, that's the one.
Castro.
It's
Okay.
an excellent picture of that in there, yes.
Oh, that's a nice photograph.
It's full of them, but also some very useful information in there.
What a nice thing, isn't it?
Yeah, show you that one.
For show that one, what onto your camera. Yeah.
Look at
Look
that.
at
That's
that.
pretty.
Lovely.
Fantastic.
Oh, wrong way.
Alright. Oh, look at that one.
Look at that.
You
That's
see,
beautiful.
it's you have always these wow moments on this island.
You do. Yeah, definitely.
That's what you said, where your bet is still going. Nobody took you up on that bet for Monday.
No, not yet.
No,
There's
it's not
still
yet.
time.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, was that my? Oh dear, my rather rash
If
challenge.
you can find drive
Within
10 minutes.
10 minutes,
Yeah.
they will find something beautiful. I'd still stand by that.
Yeah,
absolutely,
no.
of course.
Oh,
I can't-
absolutely.
I'm glad you reminded me of that. I can't remember actually what it was that I said was be the prize. Can you?
Oh, I can't remember either. What was it? It wasn't the pizza, was
Well,
it?
it might have
I
been a
think
pizza.
it might have been a pizza.
Yeah.
No?
Was
it a
Pizza
pizza?
with all the
Yeah.
trimmings, no?
With all the trimmings.
Pizza with all the trimmings.
Trimmings with all the trimmings.
The challenge still stands, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, challenge me to a free pizza. Prove to me that there's nowhere beautiful within 10 minutes of landing on this wonderful island. Because I think there is.
No, there is definitely, and this makes this island so special.
It is, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's what makes it so special. You come every time. I mean, I'm here for 5 years, you here for a few years. Okay, constant. I'm for 5, you for 2. And still, every time we go out, we drive somewhere on location for filming or meetings, you go, wow. And you just,
Yeah, it is very much.
Just confirms we made the right decision.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely, guys. But cool, excellent. Thanks for finding that book, Ed.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm very impressed that I found it myself, because normally these things get lost for years, in fact, generations in my gaff. God blimey. But anyway, yes, I'm very pleased that I found it too. So there is hope for you yet out there for all these guides. They do exist. You just have to kind of look for them, I think.
So next thing we were going to talk about was our little moan of the day.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. And
what
are we moaning about today, Wayne?
Well, we're moaning about plastic bottles.
Ah, that's
plastic bottles and plastic in general and recycling.
Yes.
It's an enormous amount of plastic that gets left in the sea, and I noticed around the Caribbean there was a
that photograph, wasn't there, the other day?
Huge amount of just plastic and bottles and bags, and it looked absolutely awful. And it's getting into the food chain.
Yes, it is. And what I think to remember, you just reminded me, thank you, that I can't remember the name of them. There's a name for those little tiny pieces of plastic that are prevalent in things like deodorants and spray cans and all of that.
Okay.
There is a name, and I do apologise for forgetting. If you know
do
the
you
name
mean
at
in
home,
scrubs and things like that?
yes,
Is that what you mean?
yes, all of that. Yes, there's a name for those things.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. Apparently, those things, exactly as you say, are getting into the getting into the food chain, but they're also getting into the mouths of albatrosses. And there was this tragic story I saw the other day when these albatrosses had been collecting these horrible pieces of plastic and feeding them to their babies. That's unimaginable. Albatrosses are an amazing bird, also endangered as well. They're very worried about albatrosses, I know that. So I think we really need to do something about the plastic in the seas. And the other cause of a lot of plastic in the oceans is actually people chucking things off boats and cruise ships and all of that. There's a beach here, and I can't remember where it was now, that a couple of years ago got absolutely inundated with stuff, all of it from cruise ships.
Oh no, that's terrible.
You know, if you're on a cruise ship or on a boat, please think about the environment and your rubbish. Don't just chuck it overboard. Put it in a bag, squash it down, and get rid of it hygienically and correctly when you get on land. Surely that's not too much to ask.
So is there a solution to this whole kind of, plastic bottles and stuff being in the sea? I know that they were looking at some sort of a solution.
Yes, I think possibly the solution might be in the actual plastic itself. I mean, we really need to be looking at biodegradable more, don't we?
Yes, there was somebody who had invented a thing that was like a biodegradable plastic type thing that could be eaten by fish.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't do them any harm, of course.
No, but...
But also, don't you think that packaging is so over the top and slightly unnecessary these days? I mean, I remember going to a shop in England to buy a piece of cake, and it came in... I mean, the cake was quite small, really, and the blooming thing that it came in was this massive, horrible, nasty, hard, harsh plastic box, and you don't know what to do with it, You squash it down, and it comes back up again, and oh, good Lord.
No.
But really, I think the manufacturers of the things that are put in need to put pressure on the packaging companies, really. I can't understand there's an awful lot of money generated in the packaging industry, and people have made fortunes from packaging. So surely a little bit of that could be reinvested to find some sort of biodegradable carton.
Well, I mean, to be honest, there used to be, I know maybe I'm being a little bit controversial here, but there used to be a system where you would recycle bottles.
Oh, yes. I remember the 10p back from the Corona bottle.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
And that was recycling. It was a kind of way of recycling.
Yeah,
and
it was good. And you gave a bit of pocket money.
And the milkman as well used to...
Yes, that's right. He used to come and get the glass bottles. He did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you used to take your beer bottles back, didn't you, as well?
That's right, yeah. You could take your beer bottles back. You could take, well, glass in general, really. You could take back bottle-wise and get a kind of refund, wasn't it?
Yeah, which reminds me, the one good thing that's come in recent times here on this lovely island of Corfu is they've just started to recycle glass. And if you might have noticed, Wayne, when you and Thomas, when you go past those bins, you see those funny-shaped blue and white bins with a lid.
Yeah.
Well, in there you put your glass. Very handy indeed. I'm hoping that they might be a system for cardboard or other refuse, really, because it does seem bad. I know there is an issue about refuse collection here on the island, and there is a big problem. We do need to look more at that, actually, and maybe there could be more recycling going on. I know one or two people have looked at this in the past, and a few people are going to set up firms, but as of yet, there doesn't seem to be too much happening.
So there isn't any kind of system in place, really, apart from the glass?
I don't think so. I think there might be some local things, and I'm sure there are people. Well, I know there's one person doing stuff somewhere, but there isn't an island as a whole system that I'm aware of. But it definitely needs to be looked at, I think.
Well, maybe somebody could let us know if there is.
That would be great, yes.
You know, if there is anything else out there to try and alleviate the problem of recycling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I think there's something going on. There's something going with the recycling. It's on Facebook.
Oh, good.
Yeah? There's something on mainland and something a group on the island who are very
good
engaged with recycling. No, it's everywhere on the island.
Yes.
But one problem I think what it is it's the signs. The rubbish bins have to be marked a little bit better because the island is a tourist island.
It is.
And in the summer, you you go through Corfu Down. There's not a lot of rubbish bins while you walk, especially in the zones for the in the walking zones.
Yeah.
I don't see any.
No.
I remember when we walk through Old Town. There's from public straight down to our sandwich shop we love so much. Yeah. But there's that it's quite a distance.
Yeah.
But there's not one rubbish bin.
No.
So I think this has something to do with that too. You see here, okay, in the summer you have to be careful. In the summer there is, for the heat, the rubbish starts smelling very quick.
Yeah.
And I think they got this really good under control with a couple of hiccups. And now with the bottle containers, yes, they're going into the right step. And I think this has something to do with this recycling group.
Good.
But I'm gonna ask Claire. Because she knows a little bit more about it, and maybe she can feed us a little bit more information about it.
Absolutely, and then we won't have to moan about the rubbish. That would be one less moan. That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be good.
But it's every year, isn't it? Every year when the season starts,
they
start striking. I mean, last year when the season started, they had a very good reason to strike.
Okay, yeah.
And that's because of the rubbish dump. The place, they were looking for a place, they arranged something in the south, because now something up in the north, so they want to transfer it more down to the south, and the people are near Lefkimi. Yeah. And there were a little bit of stress going on in between. I do not know what's happened in the end, but as soon as the strike was over, you saw how quick they respond.
Yes.
Very, very quick.
But, I mean, worldwide, recycling is a kind of thing that needs to be addressed, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. More of it, but there are a lot of recycling firms and there's a lot of money being made in it. So I don't always get perplexed when they say, we can't take tin cans because there isn't any money in it. But you think, there must be somewhere.
There must be somewhere.
Yes.
Somebody's going to make some money out of it somewhere.
Exactly.
Definitely. Man, there's a lot of money in there, no question. Recycling is a lot of money. It's no question about it.
I know that plastic gets reconstituted into chairs and tables and all sorts of things.
Brilliant idea.
Because it just gets cut up and then melted and then just put into a mould, I think it is, and then hey presto, you have a plastic chair and a plastic table.
Well, one thing I would say, though, I don't want the viewers at home to think that Corfu's full of litter and rubbish, because
No,
it actually
exactly.
isn't.
Good
No.
one.
The
Good
bit
one.
that Thomas is talking about there weren't any bins. No, there weren't. That's quite true. But equally, we didn't see one piece of litter
No, that's
or
true.
discarded cup or anything else. And I have to say, would that be the same elsewhere around the world? I don't
think so, no.
No, although one place that does stand out in my mind as being incredibly litter-free, and that was Florida, Disneyland. They're incredibly hot on litter. You see one little piece of paper floating down and a man straight there, and it's incredible. It's gone.
Before it's even
hit the ground. Yes, amazing.
No, that's good. I mean, I have to say, I don't see litter here. I don't see litter here.
Nope.
No, it's not as extreme as people make it out to be.
No.
This is one thing what annoys me when you read some of the posts of people and say, oh, look at this litter. I don't know. I mean, of course you notice it more when you duck down on your mobile phone and you walk and you don't look at anybody. Then you probably see that more. But to be honest, they're quite hooked up on it. They're quite fast. There is nothing.
Absolutely.
No.
We've had no complaints about litter or rubbish. It's just a shame that we have so much plastic to dispose of, really, isn't it? That's the point I think we're getting to. And
can you remember this was the first soft drink bottles, the 2 liter?
Yeah.
And can you still remember how they advertised that? Have you still?
No.
Have you still this in your
Remind
head
us,
how
Thomas.
Please remind us, Thomas.
They caught us with shutterproof. Oh, you can drop the bottle.
Remember
that?
Yes.
Right.
That's how the 2 liter plastic bottles came out. No?
Yes.
One of the biggest soft drinks manufacturers started that. Oh, this dropped down, but it's not broken. Hooray!
Hooray! Yeah.
This is how they started off with the plastic bottles.
Yeah.
I remember
that now. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
We're flicking.
We're flicking. Oh, we're flicking, really? Can you see me now?
Hello.
Yep.
We flicked off there for a minute.
We went from one thing to another.
We were going.
Whoa.
Don't worry, it's not the strobe. It's okay.
Something happened. Oh, say here I am. Hello. Thank you. Okay, but it's for the plot. What is shutterproof?
That's right.
Shutterproof.
Yeah, I remember
It's
that.
that nasty texture, isn't it? I know the ones you mean. Oh, I don't like them at all, no.
No.
I like the ones you can really squish down and sort of make into a small...
Oh yes, the ones you put the lid back on and
That's
then
right.
and then it.
If you remember to do it, yes.
If you remember to do it, yeah. You squash it down and then put the lid on and then it just becomes nothing. But I mean, even that. I mean, we use so much plastic these days.
Far too much, don't we, really?
Water bottles are it's just plastic.
The packaging.
Yeah, the
When you buy, you just buy. It doesn't matter what you buy.
No.
I mean, remember we bought this one hard drive.
Yes.
We come back, we unwrap the hard drive.
Yeah.
I don't know why we need such a
That's
big
exactly
box
the point.
for a little hard drive.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't tell me a smaller box with smaller styrofoam in there for safety is not doing the job.
No.
I don't believe that.
There are packaging firms out there that are, trying new techniques and stuff. I remember there is a packaging firm that grow the packaging like a mushroom. It's almost like a mushroom.
Really?
And then it kind of grows into a mould, and then then you put the stuff in, and then it's biodegradable, which I think is a fantastic idea.
Yes,
Good idea.
That sounds amazing.
It's a fantastic idea. That you have biodegradable packaging.
Fantastic.
That's
perfect.
Brilliant.
Well, one thing that's good here on the island, what I think to remind everybody, another excuse to go shopping for your fruit and veg, is unlike most places that I know, you go to a fruit and veg shop here, or indeed a supermarket, they provide you with paper bags in which to put your potatoes or your peppers and courgettes, that's what I'm trying to think of, and onions, and very handy, much better than putting them into some plastic. They keep better as well in there.
Absolutely, that's really good.
It's like the old days, back in the old grocer's shop, isn't it? Showing my age again, sorry.
Yeah, we're not saying anything.
No.
Oh, that's very nice of you, thank you.
Did we say
we're holding
No,
back.
you're so gentlemanly. Thank you very much indeed.
That's okay. We'll save it for later.
We save it for later.
I look forward to it.
That's okay. But yeah, I mean, it's good that people are being innovative about recycling, and because it's the resources that we're pulling from the earth.
Yes.
And they're not infinite resources.
No, absolutely not.
And we're polluting the air with all these different kinds of things.
Glitter. Do you remember me telling you about glitter the other day?
saying.
They were very worried about glitter.
Tell me about it.
Someone had done a calculation, and they worked out, I can't remember now, but they worked out that all the children leaving primary schools between now and when they break up for Christmas is going to have a major impact on the environment because it gets blown away in the wind, and that's right, it goes and ends up in the sea, which then gets into fish. And back
then
into
enters
us.
the food chain.
Yes. So we could be all walking around with a load of glitter in ourselves.
Wow.
Glittering from the inside. But that's not actually very good. Because I can't imagine a belly full of glitter is going to do you any good, is it?
No,
really?
not really.
No.
You have a small amount of gold in you. Did you know that?
I think I had heard that, yes. I wonder which bit in me.
Can we get it out?
That reminds me.
Can we
worked out, didn't we, how much you were worth
in
your weight in gold.
That's right, we did.
We did a calculation, and folks, if you want to know this, the answer, at today's prices, we worked out that Wayne here was worth just over £2.5 million. How about that?
In gold.
In gold, yes.
If
your weight was comparable to that in gold,
yes.
Okay. £2.5 million.
And what was that by the
Troy ounce, which we worked out was a little bit more than the normal ounce. And it was all very complicated, very mathematical. But we did actually work it out with the current exchange rate as well.
31 grams to a Troy ounce rather than 28 grams.
That's right, yes. And when we do the conversion to dollars to pounds, we came out with just over $2.5 million for your good self.
Thank you.
I wonder how much Thomas weighs in gold.
You don't know how much I weigh, though.
No. He probably weighs more than me in gold.
Let me. I put my heavy boots on when you want to weigh.
Yeah, maybe if you put gold in your pockets as well.
That'd be cheating.
No, that's not cheating.
Why do you want to put gold in your pocket? Put stones in there.
I'll put stones in your pocket, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know. But surely gold weighs more than a stone, doesn't it?
It was a hypothetical point,
really.
That's
definitely. Yeah. It depends how big the gold bar is and how big the stone is.
That's true. And we have a big rock on top of my head.
Yeah.
Don't mind that. It's just my hat. I wonder,
I'm not
how much
cheating.
do you weigh in gold, do you reckon?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I haven't weighed myself recently. I honestly don't. I'll get back to you. Give me 24 hours on that one and I'll get back. I'll work out, like I did for yourself tomorrow, and I'll give you the answer tomorrow.
All right, okay.
Remind me.
I think it's great. Well, if you weight in gold, £2.5 million worth. Not bad.
It's a result, isn't
it? That's all right.
It is.
Anyway, that was our daily moan about recycling that then went to gold. I don't know.
Glitter. No, it was glitter. Glitter blowing through the breeze, ending up in the sea.
I think that's really bad, though, that it's getting into the food chain. I think that's really bad.
It's annoying, too.
Yeah.
I think it's very annoying.
Yeah.
Well, very.
Especially carnival time. When you go carnival and parade and you sit somewhere, you have a nice coffee. And then 15 minutes later you realize, okay, you got not just the makeup, but you got glitter. Everywhere is glitter. Yeah. The confetti is better.
Yeah.
No, but they put a little bit of a stop to confetti, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah. And there's recycling, no cheap confetti, recycling newspapers.
Yeah.
With the whole buncher.
Used to use rice, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Used to use rice. Don't cook it though, apparently.
Oh. That makes a difference, does it?
That makes a massive difference.
You're getting rice pudding on your face or something.
Yeah. I mean, go to somebody's wedding with an egg fried rice in your hand. Would you like spring rolls with that?
We'd have to try that.
I don't know.
Egg fried rice.
Or a chili con carne or something.
Hey, we're back on food again, guys.
Oh, no, not food again.
I wondered how long it would take.
But, yeah, I think the glitter's really bad, that is.
It is, actually, seriously.
That is serious.
Of course, on the
Does
other
that
side...
include big bits of glitter, because you get...
Yes, but I think they're more concerned about the small, because it just goes. You can't really control it. And I think they're worried about there's so many children, have this glitter. And of course, to a child, it's a wonderful thing, isn't it? But don't forget also, there's glitter on clothes these days. Fashion accessories come now with glitter. So I suppose glitter has proliferated over the last few years. Maybe that's the cause of their extra concern.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
So we watch out for glitter, particularly gold.
Do you know that helium is becoming rarer?
No, I didn't, Wayne. Is that so?
They're really worried that helium, because we're using so much for balloons and all these sorts of things, that it's becoming a little bit
really
scarce, actually. Yeah. That's just because you were talking about glitter and children. And
yes,
I was thinking about birthday parties and
I
birthday
understand.
parties.
Yes, word association, very good.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently it's becoming scarcer.
I wonder what they're going to do.
Don't know.
Are you able to manufacture it?
I'm not sure. Maybe somebody will tell us.
Yes, please do. Give us a full physical lecture on the properties of helium, because I absolutely don't know. Sorry about my ignorance.
No, well, sorry about mine as well, but there we go. So that's our daily moan about recycling.
Daily moan about recycling, and I just have I just got another question in. If I'm too late about Corfu.
Ah, great.
Yeah?
Yep.
Is it too late?
No.
No?
No!
It's all right. Should we bother?
Yes! Let's do it. We love answering questions, even if we
absolutely.
don't know the answer. It's just, it's a challenge. We struggle, but we like it. It's okay.
We can look silly on camera.
Yes,
that's fine.
We look serious. Well, I look serious.
So you're serious. Okay. It's a question what we spoke about it last year. We took it very serious, and we done a little bit of investigating into that one. Yeah. And someone is I know Kavos. I've been mostly in the north. Love it very much. Well done. And how bad is Kavos really?
Well, I suppose depends when you go and what you like, really, doesn't it?
Right.
It's a little
you can
bit
leave
of a hot
me out
one,
of this
isn't it?
one, because I've not been to Kavos and I haven't seen the sites that you guys have seen. So,
I haven't seen that many sites, to be honest. I haven't been
it's
there
interesting
that
to
many
know
times.
now. Now let's do a quick experiment on that. No? What do you think? You only heard about Kavos.
I've only heard about Kavos, and the only thing that I've heard is not particularly good.
Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to know now. What you heard? You've never been there.
No,
just
I've not.
what people tell you.
Just
what
what
is
people
your
tell me.
Impression about Kavos.
It's quite a haven if you want to get inebriated, and people are out on the streets quite a lot and in their little groups of inebriated people.
Do you want to collaborate on that?
Intoxicated, I suppose you would call it. Drunk.
Very, yeah.
Drunk is probably the best word for it. But yes, quite a lot of drunk people wandering about. I hear about. I heard a horrible story about a tattoo studio that would tattoo somebody that even though they're drunk, which I think is terrible. I think that's a terrible thing to do. If somebody comes in drunk to a tattoo studio, and you're actually agreeing to tattoo them when they are drunk, when they wake up in the morning and they've got a tattoo and they can't get rid of it. I think that's a terrible thing to do.
Yes.
I mean, that's so. But generally speaking, now about Kavos.
Go on.
Well, generally now, from your thing, so you don't see anything good or anything.
Well,
so everything you hear is more negative.
I haven't actually visited Kavos, so I couldn't actually comment really about the area. I know it's probably very useful.
Yeah, but from what you hear, for you is
it puts me off.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. It puts you off. See,
it puts me off.
That's.
I mean, obviously, if I was into that kind of thing of going out and getting drunk and going to clubbing and that kind of thing, then probably I'd love it. But as I've got older, I've kind of got wiser, and
You're not that old, Wayne. Steady on
Well,
here.
come
Come
on.
on. You haven't
Yeah,
even got to your midlife crisis yet. Blimey.
Yeah, you want to bet?
You want to bet.
But as I've got older and a little bit wiser, that kind of thing does not really appeal to me. Going out, getting drunk, and going clubbing and that kind of thing.
Fair enough.
I mean, I don't. I quite like a drink every now and again.
Never. Oh, really? I didn't have you down as a beer monster. No, I never did.
But I can't have an opinion about the area, and it's probably very beautiful around there. I bet it is actually.
Yes.
It's just what I hear about the nightlife around there that puts me off completely. I'm afraid. Sorry.
No. Don't be sorry.
I'm sorry if that's put you off from going to Cabos, but
well, it's horses for courses like everything else. It's a great party capital and particularly designed for 18 to 30 holidays, or it certainly has been for the last 2 or 3 years. Thomas and I have been down there a few times. We got talking to a hotelier. She was a very nice lady.
An activist. Then we spoke to an activist down there who is campaigning for Cabos.
But there was the hotel we were speaking to, the people, it was a very family-orientated hotel, and it felt safe, and, take your granny there,
See,
it'd be fine.
that's my point. That's when we go on to that quickly. It's when you and me visited Cabos, we made it for a reason, because we got a little bit annoyed. There was a television series going about Cabos, so a production company came, they started filming, and this caused one problem after another. It was really bad, and at some point, there's debate people to fake stuff.
Okay.
Just to, and you don't have to do this in Cabos, but Cabos got a real bad name for that, and as soon as this TV series came out, you could see why. But for somebody who knows the island, seeing that, and then saying, okay, everything you saw in there is only filmed on a small stretch of nightclubs and bars.
Right, yeah.
It's not even the whole of Cabos in there.
Yeah.
So they concentrated just on this little strip, what is maybe 100 meters.
Yeah.
And that's where they started digging. That is where they got really bad footage. And it's some things where I say, TV station should be a little bit more responsible. There were certain things they were showing within that. It was really disgusting. And they have to think about the tourism there.
Yeah.
Because on the other side, there's a lot of family holidays going on.
Yes.
There's history down in Cabos.
Yeah.
You will not believe. I mean, we saw a couple of things. We spoke with people, and it really divided the community there. And the locals, the true locals there, what they're complaining most of is that most of these businesses who course them, not even locals. They are other nationalities.
Okay.
Coming there and saying, okay, I make money with drunk teenagers, with drunk youths. I know how to play them. I know how to excite them. What's easy?
Yeah.
To make them excitable is not a problem.
No.
But that's the problem. That's what most of the locals will tell you down there.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
But in the end of the day, they have a very good steakhouse down there.
I was just about to say about the food. They've got a tremendous... You
I
was going to say something about food. I had that feeling, yes. There's a marvellous selection of places that you don't see elsewhere on the island. As Thomas just pointed out, there's a really dedicated steakhouse. There's an Indian restaurant, a Chinese
restaurant,
all sorts. A Mexican, I believe. It's all going on in Cabos. And a KFC lookalike. It's actually not quite KFC, but it's similar, isn't it? Isn't it Cabos fried chicken?
Cabos fried chicken.
That's brilliant.
They got the K in anyway.
But truly, it's nice. The beaches is nice. The resorts are nice. You can go for family holiday to Cabos. Not a problem. Just ignore this small strip with the nightclubs. You're fine. Seriously.
Okay.
You'll find there's other bars around that are family friendly. Of course, it's laid out a little bit for the young ones. But it's not the whole of Cabos like they make it seem.
So
the hoteliers are very strong. The hoteliers are very good hoteliers down there who look after their guests and make sure they're safe.
Absolutely. We'll have
also the young ones, definitely.
We'll have to take Wayne down there, won't we, Thomas, to show him Cabos?
Good. Yeah, for sure. But their football team. They have their own football team down, a beautiful football stadium.
Cool.
And there's some fantastic scenery in and around Kavos. You just
That's what I
10
thought,
minutes drive
that's
from
what I
Kavos,
thought,
and I saw this beautiful little boatyard. You would never know it was there. Some really nice spots. It's worth a little drive around if you have a car. Otherwise, there's buses that go from Kavos to anywhere else you'd want to go, really. So why not stay in Kavos?
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Well, sorry, as I said, I can't really comment on it. I'm sure it's a beautiful place, but just by reputation, and you've alleviated that slightly. That's what I thought. So okay. Sorry about that.
No,
That's why I asked you, because I asked several people before.
Yeah.
I said, okay, you've never been to Kavos. Brilliant. What do you think about Kavos? What is in your head right now about Kavos from everything you heard from the news or from other sources? No? And funny enough, everyone says the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
you're going to set the record straight?
Oh, we have to set the record straight,
Absolutely,
because
good.
the island does not deserve that. Kavos
No,
does
it
not
doesn't.
deserve that,
No.
and especially the people living,
Absolutely.
the locals in Kavos who try to have straight, good, honest businesses, don't deserve that.
No. Okay.
Why this in one stage it was so bad. I mean, I don't know how many private clinics they had within Kavos. I think over 20.
Yes, there's a tremendous amount of medical centres, if you like.
Oh, wow.
They do have a lot of accidents. People fall over, broken ankles, legs, things like that, and quad bike accidents. I have to admit, I have seen some reckless driving of quad bikes in Kavos. But you can get that anywhere, to be honest with you.
It comes with the age group. The age group who
yes.
does holidays there. That's where it comes from. No? But if you control this a little bit responsible, then when we spoke with the activist, I don't want to mention his name now. I don't want to get him into some trouble. But he said to me, it's all down to corruption. It's not a problem of sorting Kavos out. Still have a place for the young ones. Organize this a little bit better. But it's every year is the same. You got the money in the pocket to pay somebody off, his words, to pay somebody off, you can start a business in Kavos.
Right.
And that's the problem. So he is really on that, and he's collecting quite a lot of proof. When we were there, we had a small interview with him. We talked about him. Can you prove that? You know, you have to be careful what you think. But he went on about local corruption, and I think they sorted it over the last year.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I think there's something happened there over the last year, and they had the progress regarding
This
that,
year, it's been quite quiet. We didn't receive any negative news from Kavos, did we?
Exactly. I think somehow because you can only push a community so far.
Yeah.
When it comes to because of your livelihood, you have to defend yourself. You have to go on the barricades and say, okay, enough is enough. And I think last year they done something. But if you're thinking about making holiday in Kavos with your family, that's absolutely no problem.
Totally.
These resorts are so family friendly. And let's see next year, maybe we bring a little report what we plug in, and we have a day in a family resort in Kavos.
Yes,
Yeah,
we'll
that'd
show
be good.
you all at home a little bit of Kavos.
That'd be
You
good.
can see what we're talking about.
Cool.
We may even treat you to a steak, Wayne.
A steak?
Oh, a steak.
I could do one of them just now, actually.
Oh, back to food again.
Yes,
Back
well,
to food,
you know.
glorious food. But you can say what you want. The Corfu kitchen is a fantastic
Yes.
kitchen.
Yes,
Fantastic food. No, so that's why I always bang on about food. Because
Yes,
it's
I know.
it's extraordinary.
The food here is amazing.
And you're quite a good chef yourself, Thomas, aren't you? You knock up a few rather tasty dishes.
If I have time, of course I give it a go. What is he playing on?
I remember your chicken schnitzel, and you do a very good line in apple strudel. Oh, yum, yum.
Can we stop talking
Thank
about
you.
food?
Yes,
Mind.
sorry. No, you're right.
That's okay.
No more food. Food's off.
He's
It's making me hungry.
Oh, again.
Again. Yeah.
Okay, guys, I think that's it for the first part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we...
Oh,
we
time to have a snack.
Time to have a snack. We see you back in a minute. No, seriously. We're going on to a small break. And we're going to be back very shortly. Okay, and here we come back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back.
Hello.
Just
We
a
didn't
quick-
eat any food, did we?
No, we didn't.
Nah, one and
Honest.
enough time. But all good,
Yes.
all nice,
Yes.
refreshed.
Well, I am now. Yeah.
Slightly.
Okay, guys, let's carry on with the
Yep.
next thing. What we have is our lovely animal corner. We said, yeah.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, guys,
What's
and
the
today
animal
I
for?
got something. So again from the Corfu Animal Rescue Establishment. Yeah, what's up in the north near Sidari?
This is Care, yes.
That's Care, yeah. And
Fabulous.
CorfuCare.com. The guys are, and here we go. Our
Oh, bless.
look.
He's
Today,
only 5 months old.
yeah, his name is Tucker. He's a male and he's only 5 months old and he is ready to be rehomed.
Oh.
Yeah, he was found in a litter. Let me see. He was found with 5 of his siblings, all of which have now been rehomed. He's the only one left who has no home,
bless.
guys.
Bless.
So if you want to get in contact with the shelter direct, yeah, it's the Corfu Care
Yeah.
in Berolades. This is near Sidari. Telephone number is, if you phone from abroad, is 0030 69 720 72155. If you phone from Corfu and said, oh yeah, I want to give him a home, call 69 720 72155. Or log on to the website www.carecorfu.com. Look through, there's so much things you can help. You can donate to them because the guy's doing really a great job. I've been following this website a little while now, and they're really working in. And they do a great job. You can donate. If you live on the island, they're always looking for foster parents quickly for some dogs. So if you have a little bit of space and say, okay, I'm on the island, I love animals, but I can't have one constantly.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm willing to look after one for a couple of weeks or for
Until
1-2
it
months
finds a
until
home.
these things. Please get in contact with the
Yeah.
guys. So it's all about the animals.
Oh, that's amazing. Is there a way that I see that there is a international phone number there? Is there a way
Yeah.
that people can adopt an animal and then get it transported to another country? Is that possible?
Of course. There's not. They will help you. This is what the guys will do. They also help you in adopting.
Yes.
Yeah, an animal, get this ready for you and get them where you are in Europe. I don't know if they do it worldwide. Would be interesting hooking up with the guys and talk about it a little bit closer. Maybe even get somebody in as a guest
Yep.
from the guys there and have a little bit of a talk. Where I think it should be highlighted. I mean, it's not the only organization on the island.
No.
There's many more.
No.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There's really many more. Everyone is doing a great job, but that one seems to be a really good one. And now they're looking for foster, they're looking for forever homes, they're taking donations. So just log on to www.carecorfu.com and and see maybe. But one thing I want to say now quickly, and that's a concern. Christmas is coming up.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Christmas is coming up again, no?
There is that saying, dogs are for life, not just for Christmas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's true.
don't give
A puppy.
a puppy or a kitten or something as a Christmas present. Think very, very hard.
Very hard, yeah.
It's not specially doggies. They need attention.
Yes, they do.
You can't just leave them on their own constantly.
No.
And you have to look after. And it seems a good idea at the beginning because it's very cute.
It looks cute.
Yeah. And the reaction you see from kids when they see a puppy,
Yeah.
or from you buy your girlfriend a puppy or what.
Yeah.
Don't. It's a better way. Go together.
Exactly.
Talk to them. Go together to a shelter. Have look through the shelter. Maybe you fall in love with something, or with one of these lovely dogs, or just not just one shelter. You can go to several.
Yeah.
So my advice is have a look through. Don't make a decision there and then.
No.
I mean, very good animal shelters won't let you take a dog out straight away anyway.
No, that's true. That's very
All right?
true.
They're gonna vet you. And this is a
Is
process.
that a
Yeah,
joke? Sorry.
No pun intended, obviously.
Sorry. No pun.
No, but they're gonna vet you.
Yeah.
They're gonna see
And
if
Spain.
you have the right, if you have the space, if you know, what is it good? Is do you earn enough? Because they need food.
Speaking of which, we can
You know?
hear dogs.
We can have dogs.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Must be outside.
They were
Probably.
obviously
But-
wanting to.
But just to
Hence
plug him
why.
again, his name is Tucker. He's 5 months old. He was part of 6 other siblings. All the others found a home, but Tucker still has no home. And he's very cute, guys. He's
He is
cute.
very cute.
So if you think, okay, it's a dog for you, or you're looking for a dog, maybe that's the dog for you. Yeah.
Let's hope so.
Go on to the website www.kerkyra.com or give the guys a ring if you have any more question. If you want to make a donation, you're not sure, just give them a call. Internationally is 0030 for Greece and then 69720722155. If you phone from Greece, just go on normal mobile number 69720722155. And that's from Tucker today. Bye bye, Tucker.
Bye.
Oh, I hope the fella finds his soon a home.
Oh, I hope
But
so.
Christmas, yeah, don't give
No.
animals or pets as a Christmas present. That's really a big no-no. Most of the people are.
I mean, as you say, I mean, it's lovely to see. You have a puppy wrapped in I don't know, in a box or something like that with holes in, obviously. I'm just saying.
Hopefully.
I'm just saying, hopefully.
That was your puppy.
And a puppy
Oh.
bursts out of the box, and but it's not good. That's not a good idea. Really isn't. I mean, there used to be a spate, if I remember, in the UK where after Christmas
Yes.
there would be lots of stray dogs after Christmas because people would, just abandon them basically. It comes to kind of January or something, and it's like, oh well, don't really want a dog.
I mean, even the RSPCA in England now is doing a campaign and say, please don't give a dog as a Christmas present.
Exactly.
It's not the thing you can buy at Woolworths or somewhere, no? I said that name because they're bankrupt anyway now.
Well, it's a full-time responsibility owning a dog, quite frankly, isn't it?
It is. Indeed, it is.
No, totally. It's a responsibility, a great responsibility. They give you much love, they give you much happiness. Don't worry about
so
that.
much love.
I mean, if it's cat or dog, no? I mean,
Oh, I love the cat at home, absolutely. The more you give to them, the more they give you back. I mean, I wouldn't be without the cat now,
I know.
Love it.
I know.
Love it to bits.
It's a lovely cat.
Well, he's a great character. He's got fantastic personality, and he's clever.
I know.
Oh, he's got some intelligence.
But doesn't attack you as much as he used to.
No, he does a little bit. I mean, he woke me up at 5:30 the other morning for breakfast, which I think was slightly inconvenient, really.
What did you put out for him?
Well, at that time in the morning, he had
Nice
a bit of
croissant?
No, I didn't do croissants.
Orange juice,
No.
coffee?
Ooh, orange juice for a cat? No, I don't think so. No, he had dry cat food, but I do treat him. His penchant is sardines, I have to say, and chicken. He's very partial to a piece of chicken, but quite frankly, 5:30 in the morning, mucking around with chickens and sardines, not my bag, I'm afraid.
Not your
no,
bag.
I'm half asleep, to be honest. But anyway, so no, he had to make do with dry cat food, but it's just the fact that I was asleep one minute and next minute attending to his every whim. He's a bit of a pampered puss, I think.
as long as you're not getting him boots, everything is all right.
That's good. And,
Back to
Panto
food,
season.
yes.
Panto season.
Fantasy, Christmas is coming. Oh,
Christmas
excellent.
is coming. Panto season. Slap
Yes.
the thigh.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. I mean, we finished quickly with our animal corner. So just follow the advice. Don't give a dog or a cat as a Christmas present. Think very carefully. And to be honest, when you choose a dog, that's one thing I want to say. When you choose a dog, mostly the dog chooses you. So it's a
That's right. That's very true.
Very good point.
Very
so
true.
it's better when you go, if dog that through with your kids, if you're really sure you want a family pet. But some make great family pets.
Oh, they make very good pets.
No questions, really family.
Yeah.
But have this together and then surprise them and go with them somewhere.
Yeah.
So they can choose the dog. But the dog will choose the kid anyway. Don't
They
worry
will,
about
yeah.
that. Yeah. And that's a beautiful moment you remember, the same as you give it as Christmas.
Yep.
As a Christmas present. Wow. Okay, there we go, gentlemen. That was all about dogs, animals. I hope Dakar finds soon a home. If you have any questions, just write to us. Send us an email to nightshift@studiokerkyra.com, or message us now, or go direct in contact with the charity we mentioned. We will pull this later up before the show ends again, so you guys can have a look. If you guys remind me.
Yes, try to. We'll try to.
We will.
Excellent. Okay, and now we're moving on. Moving on to the topic of the day.
Yep.
Yeah. We chosen something very. Yeah, something what all three of us got a little bit upset when we heard that. So let's
a little bit.
And that's value of pieces of art.
Yeah, pieces of art and their value. People obviously recently, Leonardo da Vinci, supposed painting by Leonardo da Vinci. I will put that in.
Yes, thank you.
Because as you say, Adrian, there is still
some doubt.
There is some doubt. What's the doubt?
I think the doubt is that it wasn't just Leonardo. It was possibly the beginning part of it was done by Leonardo, and then the rest was subbed out, subcontract out to some of his students. But the auction house that auctioned this invaluable piece of art, absolutely 100% convinced that it was genuine Da Vinci. But anyway, the man has paid just under 400 million, and I think the time you add on commission fees to the auction house, it was $450 million.
Yep, it was.
Incredible price.
450.3.
Oh, we mustn't forget the point 3.
I'm going to be precise.
$450.3 million.
It's staggering, isn't it, Thomas?
That is
staggering.
Wow.
That is a staggering amount. But I believe Leonardo da Vinci there were only 20 paintings in existence by the master.
Yes. A similar figure for the brilliant Dutch painter, Vermeer. Johann Vermeer.
Yes.
He only did about 20 or so, or 19, and they're incredible. Rijksmuseum. Oh, what a...
So, you've seen, I know you've seen the Leonardo's Mona Lisa.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. I have. I was very lucky to go to one of the best museums on the planet. No offence to the fabulous museum in Athens, which is absolutely beautiful. That cost 103 million euros to house the Parthenon, and it's a brilliant museum. But I have to say, frankly, one of the best museums I've ever walked through is the Louvre in Paris. Oh, what a place, what a city. But the Mona Lisa is in a room probably about the size of this entire studio block. She's on a back wall. Around her are some very large paintings from a variety of different artists. So you would imagine that when you walked into a room, you would be overawed by these very large paintings. But no. From the minute you are sort of ushered, there's sort of a queue sort of thing. Anyway, you join the queue, you sort of waltz around, as it were. But the minute you go past the pillar into this room, she's on you. She will not leave you. It's quite extraordinary. Before I actually saw her with my own eyes, as it were, I used to think, what's all the fuss about? There's a lady there with a nice smile, but not much of a painting, a bit small. I've seen much better paintings, but no. Trust me when I say this. You have to really see it with your own eyes. It is quite phenomenal. She almost comes alive. She, almost gets into you, really. It's quite extraordinary. And she's dwarfed by these paintings, but they just pale and into the insignificance almost. I don't want to be rude to the other artists, but there's something uniquely special about the Mona Lisa. So please, if you're ever in Paris, go and have a look at the Louvre.
Yeah. This is a thing. Surely it must be insured.
I would imagine so. I would hate to think of the premiums on that. No, I don't know.
I was going to say, do we know the price on the Mona Lisa? Is there a price?
Exactly. How could you?
Is it one of those things that's
put a price
priceless?
On that? I would say so. It was certainly irreplaceable.
Okay.
And I'm sure that there are many rich billionaires in the world who would love to own a piece of her, but could they afford her? I don't know.
Okay, so we were talking about that Leonardo da Vinci that's just been found.
Can you say the sum again.
$450.3 million.
That's including commission fees.
That's
and
including
taxes.
the commission fees, which the auction house obviously made quite a lot of money, because they would have not only would they have made money from the seller, but they would have made money from the buyer as well.
Exactly.
Which,
a nice little payday for them.
It's a very nice payday for the auction house.
Jolly good Christmas bonus.
Very good.
It was the actual portrait was about Jesus, wasn't it?
It was a painting of Christ, yes.
And it had a name, was it Salvatore Mundi or something?
That's it. Yeah. Very good.
Just off the top of my head.
Very good. Well done.
I wish I could remember the rest of the list, as I think you know the rest of the list.
Okay,
counting down.
So counting down from that particular one, which has now become the most expensive painting to be sold at auction. The next one is by Willem de Kooning.
Oh, yes.
Which is $300 million.
$300
and
million.
Let's face fact here, guys. That's not everybody's taste, is it? It's a bit of an acquired taste.
No,
it is a bit of an acquired taste. Okay, the next one is Paul Cézanne.
Yes.
That comes in at $250 million.
Small change, really.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing. I'll take that out of my back pocket now.
Pocket money, isn't it?
Brilliant. Gauguin is the next. It's at $210 million.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
And then lastly, I'm not sure about this one. I mean, Jackson Pollock comes in at the next one. At $200 million.
I mean, colourful, if you like that sort of thing.
Yes, very.
But, this is a good question, isn't it? The value of art.
Who sets the value of art? Is it the demand? Is it what
they would say it's the market, wouldn't it?
It would be the market, yes. I mean,
someone like Charlie Saatchi is quite a instrumental mover in that market.
Well, he kind of made Tracy Emin. He kind of made her. Yeah.
Do you remember they had that fire in a depository in London a few years back, and they had all these pieces of work from Tracy Emin and Damon Hirst and a few others, and one night it mysteriously set on fire, and a lot of these paintings and works of art were lost. I think they all did very well because they were very highly insured.
I bet they were. Yeah.
Yes.
But I've seen things like after seeing things like The Last Supper in Milan, which if anybody is in Milan, then please go and see that piece of work, because it actually did take my breath away. And again, like yourself with the Mona Lisa, you kind of think, oh, what's the hype about it? And then when you walk into the room and it's a refectory, it was part of a convent, I believe.
Ah, right.
And it was the refectory wall. And there's a door just below Jesus. There's a door.
On the painting itself now we're talking,
No. There is an actual door.
Oh, below the painting.
Below the painting.
Right.
Yeah. So it's kind of incorporated into it. But then you walk in and you look at it and you step back and you go, wow. You actually do. You look at it and go, wow, that's amazing. And it's the perspective, I think. It's the fact that it goes back in perspective. I mean, I don't think it shows quite so well on maybe postcards and pictures that you see of it, of the depth of the painting itself.
You have to see it with your own eyes.
You have to see it for your own eyes. But what was interesting to me was the fact that there was a painting on the opposite wall, which was being painted at the same time by another artist.
Oh, yeah.
But in the, shall we say, almost two-dimensional kind of way, rather than using perspective. He was just kind of painted these figures onto a wall. I would wonder what the conversation between the two had been during the painting of this thing. I mean, Leonardo was probably going, I need to look at the perspective and stuff, and the other guys go, don't know what you're doing there, mate. That looks a bit of rubbish, really. What's all that about? And Leonardo go, well, I don't like yours very much either, but
Have you seen a Rembrandt in the National in London? Balthasar's Feast. Oh,
yes.
Fabulous.
Yes.
What he does with light. Quite
Yes.
remarkable.
See, now I would say Caravaggio
Oh, well, fantastic.
is amazing with light. I was lucky enough to go to the Museo del Prado in Madrid and see quite a lot of Caravaggios and Velázquez and things like that.
He's good. Good portrait of Philip, the King of Spain, by him.
Very good, very good. But seeing Caravaggio in one aspect and then being able to go somewhere else completely different and from across a room be able to recognise that is a Caravaggio.
Ah, there's a mark of an artist, hey?
Do you
Pick
know
up
what
the
I mean?
style.
I mean,
Yes,
you're talking about light, the way that Caravaggio used light in a very subdued kind of way, you know? Very, very good.
So you'd say that Rembrandt's got his competition there with Caravaggio regarding light?
Well, they all have their own
of
kind
course
of...
they do.
You know,
They're all wonderful, aren't they?
They're all brilliant artists.
Yeah. Here's this one for you. I was lucky enough to go to an exhibition of rarely seen paintings by Turner. I have to say, Turner is one of my favourites. We did with skies. I mean, actually, I always say every day, Turner should have come to this wonderful island because he'd have been bowled over by the fantastic hues in the skies. They're amazing, aren't they, Thomas?
Oh, brilliant.
Brilliant painting for Turner. Well, anyway, at this exhibition, there was one painting, I sadly can't remember the name of it, but I had a funny moment. Because it was a beautiful painting of a classic Italian scene. There was a fort, a sort of jetty, and some boats were landing, and the ladies in their finery were coming off the boats and going to go up this flagstone path into the fort or the castle. The thing is, though, when you stood back probably about 10 feet or so, 3 meters, let's say. When you were standing about 3 meters back, and you look square on this painting, which is the extraordinary thing, coming out just above the gatehouse of this fort, you could clearly see there was some demonic figure. It was really quite extraordinary, but only at a certain angle and only at a certain distance. Obviously, Turner must have meant you for seeing that. But I have to say, I've never seen that before in any other painting I've seen. I've been to a few galleries now, something I used to love doing, actually. It's one good thing about London, loads of art galleries. And, of course, Paris. And I haven't been to Milan. I'll have to go there one day. You should. And I haven't been to Madrid's art gallery either. But the Rijksmuseum is good in Amsterdam, as I keep mentioning, because you've got Rembrandt's there, and Vermeer, I think, is fantastic.
Did you go to the Van Gogh?
No, I haven't been to the Van Gogh. I need to go there again. A jolly good reason to go back to Amsterdam.
Very good.
However, I did go to the Museum d'Orsay in Paris. Did you go there?
I've not been to Paris.
Well, that was great. I was halfway around there, and unfortunately it closed early, and we had to be ushered out. But they got some fantastic statues and figurines and all the rest of it. Wonderful.
I'm sorry, but I was kind of disappointed with Van Gogh's museum. The museum in...
right.
Not the paintings.
No.
Just the museum.
Okay.
Possibly because it felt like a little bit like a cattle market almost. You kind of just shuffled yourself around and kind of stared at a painting and then shuffled on to the next one. Whereas I actually like to stand back from a painting and look at it from a distance.
I think you've got to in some paintings, especially those big Titians. Oh, gosh. They depict wonderful Greek scenes, for instance. Fantastic. All the gods are there. Paintings are wonderful. But, I bet we both know impoverished artists. And that's the point, isn't it? We're talking about 450 million in total for this one Da Vinci. I mean, when Da Vinci was alive, I do wonder how much he would have got for any of his paintings.
Yeah.
And isn't it sad that so many fantastic artists never really get the benefit of their great art?
I mean, Van Gogh, he only sold one painting during his lifetime.
I think that's right, yes. Yes.
Isn't that extraordinary?
It's sad as well.
And then, years later, obviously, things like the sunflowers, for instance.
Oh, yes.
That went for a very high price.
It did. At the time, the highest in the world. At the time. That's a good painting. He did a wonderful landscape. I don't know what it's called. I've got it on some sort of piece of blockwood. And it's fantastic. It's a kind of impressionist kind of thing. I quite like that. I mean... Monet, people moan about Monet, but...
I love Monet.
Exactly. they've all got something, all these wonderful artists, and we have to say all the artists that we don't actually know the names of.
Yes.
Because we can go into a gallery and there's all these famous names, but also you'll see lots of wonderful paintings that nobody knows who they are. I mean, the name might be credited, but we as art lovers or viewers, we don't really know much about them.
Not famous names, you mean?
No.
Yeah.
But just as good in their composition and colour and everything else.
Back to the whole value of art. I mean, is art overpriced sometimes, do you think?
Oh, yes, it's a short answer.
Yes is the short answer.
But, of course, we go back to the other one. I mean, the scarcity and the rared value of that particular Da Vinci. Yes, I suppose if someone's prepared to buy it at any cost, the price will be that, won't they?
Talking of which, actually, talking about rarity, we just hit on something yesterday, which was a photograph of Billy the Kid
Yes.
next to Pat Garrett, who was obviously his killer later on. There's a photograph that somebody found in a flea market in America, and they paid, I think it was $10 for this.
Yeah, exactly, $10
for a photograph, which was on
quite art sale, no?
Yeah, it's on tin plate.
On tin plate,
it's on tin plate.
Original, yeah.
And it's original, and it depicts Billy the Kid with some guys around him, and Pat Garrett being one of them, which is, as I say, the guy that actually killed him later on in life. One photograph that they found of Billy the Kid playing croquet. I don't know why the hell he was playing croquet.
Really? That's
which
strange.
is a very strange thing to do. But went for $5 million.
And this is on a tin plate?
On tin plate.
It's on a tin plate. Yeah.
So the guy that's got this photograph verified by the Billy the Kid Museum, he must be very excited, because if that one single one went for $5 million of him playing croquet, him with his killer, Pat Garrett, surely that's going to be a
spooky, a bit unnerving, isn't it?
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's strange.
Yeah.
I
Very
think it's
strange.
strange, especially in the court. I mean, the guy who sold it to him, or the person, you know,
don't.
But the person who sold it to him for $10.
Mm-hmm. Kicking themselves.
I mean,
kicking themselves.
I want to know what they thought it is when they sold it, you know.
Yeah.
I want to know if they knew that Billy the Kid on there, or if this is just, you know,
possibly
a couple of guys on there. I don't know. I have no idea. Probably not.
It was it's an interesting photograph if you get to see it.
I think I did see it.
Yeah, if you get to see it, if you look on some websites, then you probably find it. But it is an interesting photograph. They've coloured their cheeks in, which is I found a little bit strange. They're reddened their cheeks.
Reddened their cheeks,
Because obviously that's how everybody looks. Big red cheeks.
Oh, yeah, why not?
Okay, so
$5 million is still, but I still can't get over about $450 million, including all the fees.
Yeah. It was $398, I think, or some figure like that the person actually got for it. Mm-hmm. This is just ridiculous, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. I don't.
As I say, you know, the auction house make a lot of money on that.
There's a play, isn't there, about this subject?
Art.
Yes. Can't remember the author's name. Is it Yasmin someone?
Yes.
Yasmin Reza or something?
Something like that, yeah.
But bloody good, jolly good play. Excuse me, guys. Jolly good play.
By the Lord Mary.
Yes, jolly good play, because it gets to the heart of what is art. I mean, Matey's bought for a large price. I won't say too much of the story, give it away, but he's bought this work of art, and to maybe you or me, it's just a blank canvas that's white, but actually it's not even a cat in a snowstorm, is it?
No.
You have to see the play, but it's jolly good. It gets to the nitty-gritty of what actually is art, and is it worth all this?
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? You know, I don't know. Sometimes you think, well, why don't you pay the artist that's alive now?
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. I know an artist right now in London who is absolutely incredible, amazing. He's done portraits of famous people and all sorts of people. He's got nowhere. He's got a job, it's just a normal job, it's fine. But this guy's got immense talent, and he's just got nowhere. He's never had an exhibition in Bond Street, and Oh, it's like all things. You've got to know the right people and
There
get
you go.
shown. And oh dear. And he had a friend actually who was up in university, and this friend we all thought did rather second-rate daubs. But because this friend got friendly with a top art critic in the UK, I won't mention the man's name, I don't think he's any more alive sadly, but because he got friendly with this top art critic, suddenly this guy went from complete obscurity to, I wouldn't say international fame, but he certainly did very...
Sold a few
Yes,
paintings.
exactly. And if you put of course, art is in the eye of the beholder. So, to my mind, I'm only talking about myself, you know, you put this guy's pictures, paintings alongside the friend that I know in London, chalk and cheese. But because he knew the art critic, he got in with the crowd and all the rest of it, and did very well for himself. I mean, fair play. I'm not knocking him, but there doesn't seem to be much logic behind all this, is there?
No, no, definitely not.
Okay.
It's the old saying again. No, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yes,
What a shame.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So one day I might get to show you some of the examples, and then you'll see what I'm going on about. I'll try and send Thomas some photographs, and then you can whiz them up at some point.
If
in
we
the
look,
future.
we show the viewers, listening viewers,
Yes.
of course, so they can see what you mean, and you can elaborate on that a little bit more then later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And that obviously means us to say that if you're a struggling artist at home watching this, please get in touch with us. We'd love to see examples of your art. And
Certainly
indeed,
would.
come and talk to us. We have a spare seat here on the sofa. We'd love to see you.
Excellent, yeah. And if we manage to sell your picture for $450 million,
We could do a little
commission is
commission.
30%. What's 30%? It's 10, 10, 10.
Fabulous.
Great.
Oh,
that
why
would be
not?
handy. Pay some bills, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You
Pay
go.
more than bills then.
45 million each.
Wow, huh?
Any would be
45
nice. But no,
Any
seriously.
would be nice.
Yes.
Any million would be nice.
But,
Okay.
you know, when you're looking at a piece of art, you don't really, in a gallery or even on someone's wall, you don't really think of the price, do you? It's not
No, you
necessarily
don't. Not
uppermost.
really. No, you look at the art and you like it or you don't like it. Definitely.
Completely.
Okay, talking about art.
Yeah.
Made in Corfu.
Oh yes. Let's move on. To Made in Corfu. Of course, Made in Corfu. What we talk again, it's the same as we talked yesterday. Yesterday we ran out of a little bit of time, so
We did.
today we want to elaborate a little bit more on it, and that's the Christmas fair.
Yes.
Christmas
Hooray!
market.
Christmas
Yes,
market.
Jingle bells!
Yeah, our Christmas market of StudioKerkyra. We
Yes.
have a lovely terrace.
Yes.
We got a lovely roof terrace, secure also when it rains, you stay dry. And from us, what we would like to invite
Handmade products that
artists and
artists and
That's a
from
good
the
idea.
island
Yeah.
to come send us a message. We have still tables available where you can present your art and maybe get a little bit of more money yourself for Christmas, so
That'd
you
be
can
good.
produce next year more wonderful art. Of course. And we had a success because the Mateos Ladies Network
Yep.
came today. They want to take part in that, and I'm very excited about that.
That's good, Thomas.
That's very
Good to hear.
Yeah, very excited. Mr. One of our most loved stands is coming.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's a donut stand. You know these
Did
donuts.
I hear you say donuts? Oh! We're on food again, guys.
But they
yes.
they have a lovely stand. They do this for all the festivals around.
Oh, lovely.
But they're doing it for charity.
Okay, that's
the
fantastic.
beauty on it.
Great,
Yeah?
great.
And also all the handmade stuff. There's local women who make lovely bracelets,
Yes.
as example. There's people who fantastic paintings or wood carvings, and so
Brilliant.
I think we will be seeing some fantastic stuff.
That's great.
So
And we'll be getting fed as we do as well. Marvellous. And it's all for charity. So the more donuts we eat, the better it is for the charities. It's a win-win situation, really, isn't it?
It
Apart
is for
from our
me.
Stomach
Yeah,
lines, of course.
Donuts. Oh.
win-win situation. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean. But the point is now we start probably on the 1st of December. We want to have every weekend a Christmas market here on the terrace on StudioKerkyra.
Yes.
So if you're an artist,
or you have any products that you make yourself, then come along.
Here's an opportunity. The stands cost nothing.
Fantastic.
So to get a little bit, because we're in the middle. Let's say we are seriously, we're in the center of the village. With our studio, we're in the center of the village.
Smack bang.
Yes, you can't get more center.
You can't get more center.
No.
And the terrace is just set off the road.
That's right.
Perfectly. So it's a beautiful area, and we just want to get things going.
Yeah.
We try to get the two choirs we have from Amadeus here to have a little bit of Christmas jingles going on in the background. Nice. Have the bakery, have some special Christmas bakery. Can
Don't they do a special cake or something?
Yes, exactly. This is the things I'm looking forward to, so we can show the viewers how is a great Christmas. No?
Sorry, did somebody mention cake?
We did.
Cake.
Special cake.
Special cake.
Christmas cake.
I love the cake.
I love the cake.
I think Wayne's putting his order in soon.
I am.
Now,
I'm putting my order in for donuts, cakes.
I'm with you with the donuts.
How'd you like your donuts?
I'm not fussy.
With sugar or...
Oh, with sugar, yes.
Sugar. There's different. You have your sugar on there.
Honey.
You got your honey on there. You can have your chocolate on there, and they have a nice caramel sauce too.
Oh, caramels.
Well, it's just one of the many things, you know.
We have a graphic of me with a donut in.
Graphic with me, donut.
Thinking of donuts.
Someone calls me a donut.
Do they?
As a nickname.
Why?
You donut, they go.
Oh.
Well, I don't think it's because of my shape necessarily. Well, I hope.
Well, you're not round,
and
are
I
you?
don't. Slightly in some parts, the wrong
with
part.
A hole in the middle.
I don't think. Excuse me. I don't think it's actually because I eat a lot of donuts. I think it's more to do with the fact that I'm a bit of a donut that way.
What's that?
Oh, yeah. Something like that.
You're not a donut.
Well, I'll tell him that when I next speak to him.
Okay.
Now I really look forward to this Christmas market. So we start putting this together. We let people know over social media, of course. We plug this on Facebook.
Yes.
No? And they are just saying Facebook. You know what Adrian started doing today.
Oh,
tweeting.
Yes.
You started tweeting today.
First time.
Tweeting.
I've had the account open for like a month, but I've been a bit reticent because I really don't know what the hell I'm doing, to be honest with you. But I took the plunge. I put a profile picture up and sent my first tweet, which was a picture, I think I told you earlier on, of a sunset. It's a beautiful world. And if you want to tweet me, you can. It's my Addy, I think they call it, do they? Is that right? The name, anyway, is my name, Marvell, MARVELL, _ ADE. So, feel free. Tweet away.
Fabulous.
Tweet. Listen,
that's cool.
We're getting hold on social media. Next month he got his Facebook account.
We're going to get him on Snapchat next.
Snapchat, don't they?
I have
Instagram.
Well, actually, I have a Snapchat account, but I've never used it, and I don't actually know how it works. So perhaps someone could assist me in that one.
Well, with Snapchat.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the one where you take photographs of yourself.
And it's gone in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
You take photographs of yourself, and then you can put like little doggy ears on yourself.
Oh,
things
right.
like that.
I don't really need doggy ears, I don't think. No. And I'm not really into
maybe
selfies.
Cat ears. Maybe
cat ears?
Yeah, maybe.
Cat might get jealous. Actually, the cat spends a lot of time preening himself in front of the mirror, I noticed. It's an incredibly clean cat. I think he's got an OCD, actually. He's obsessed. He rushes in, eats, and then as soon as he's eaten something, he has to clean. And then he has a little sleep, snooze, and he's up cleaning again. I tell you, I'm sure that cat is the cleanest cat here. Another challenge for you. If you can find me a cleaner cat, I'll buy you another pizza.
Well, I think you're getting into hot water.
I think I might, actually. I'm going to stop this.
You're going to dig yourself a really big hole.
Yeah, there's a few pizzas out already.
That's a few pizzas.
They're writing in what
I think you're paying for this yourself, I hope.
Somebody else said that to me yesterday. Yes. Yes, I'll put my hand in my pocket and get them from my favourite pizzeria, which is in a nearby place.
Cool.
Favourite pizzeria.
Fabulous.
See, we're talking about food again.
Oh,
We're talking about the cat and he's back onto the food.
Yes, I know.
Wow.
This is extraordinary.
I know.
I think tomorrow I'm going to have a daily moan about food.
Yeah, let's
Can't wait.
Excellent. Oh my God,
Okay.
But this is the Christmas market plug. So StudioKerkyra is his own Christmas market. Smack bang outside the studio. We will have our times where we live stream that, of course.
Yep.
And not just food, maybe like you showed the other night, wasn't there? Christmas decorations.
Yes,
and stuff like that. That'd be
decorations.
great
Yes.
to see them and to be able to buy some, actually.
Handmade Christmas cards, as example.
Oh,
Yeah.
now, thank you, Thomas. That's exactly what I need to buy, Christmas cards. And I better get them soon because we don't know how the post goes. Yes, and actually, that's a good point. I have difficulty finding greetings cards. I like to send them to various people, and there aren't that many places that sell them that I know of.
Right.
Do let me know if you see any.
Any Christmas. So
Yes.
Adrian is looking for handmade Christmas cards.
Any would be nice.
Any greetings cards for Christmas on Corfu, if you know where to get, what in English or in Greek. In Greek you get them all in
Both, actually,
Greek.
Thomas, because I do know
I
some
think it
lovely
makes
Greek
sense
people.
sending that in Greek
Yes.
to your friends to England.
I could do, and I could write a sort of English translation. Yes, why not? I won't use your translator. It'll take me forever. But never
Yeah,
mind.
no, don't use
No,
mine.
I won't use yours now.
Shout out to a particular company that uses Translate. Not very good.
We could name it, but we won't.
We could name them.
Yeah. And if you really want to know what it is, you know. No, seriously, if you really want to know what this is, no, then just go on and Google it.
Very well put, Thomas.
So yeah, that's the one. But okay, we finish off with a Christmas market. Just the last shout out, so for everybody, artists or
Yes, artists. If you make anything, you know.
it's a handmade producer. I mean, I would love to have the governors up here with the olive oil as example.
Oh yes.
Would be brilliant. So the opportunity for all the expats, everybody not Greek, living on this beautiful island of Corfu, join our Christmas market. Maybe you do some nice things. You want the opportunity to display them and even sell something.
Yeah.
Come here. StudioKerkyra, send us email nightshift@studiokerkyra.com. Let's talk about it, and we still have places free, but
We
the
do.
place is filling up, and I'm
That's
very
good to know.
excited about that.
Yeah, that's
very
great,
good.
Thomas. And we'll promise you a real proper Christmas atmosphere here, won't we?
Oh yes. I'm not dressing up as an elf though.
No, and I don't want to be Santa either, thank you.
Oh.
I'd rather be an elf.
Spoil
I don't want
spots.
to be Santa.
You don't want to be Santa?
No.
I don't think anybody wants to be Santa, do they?
I don't know. It seems there's a lot of work, the guy.
Yeah. Tends to have a lot
So
of
what are you
work.
guys dressing up to then? S then.
I don't know. Maybe a reindeer.
Maybe a reindeer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know there's a company selling trips to Lapland? So if you're lucky
Okay.
enough as a kid, you can go with a plane load of 180 other people going to Lapland, and you see Father Christmas, and you go in the grotto and all that. To my amazement, they're actually running these flights right up till the 6th of January.
Yep.
Wow.
That's a bit strange, isn't it? Because
little
if you
slow.
go, a friend of mine's actually on a flight on Boxing Day. You know, it's all over then, surely. Father Christmas is must
Jesus,
be worn
Lee.
out. He wants to just sit down and relax and have some mince pies and
Yeah.
mulled wine. He doesn't
Yeah.
want to be
Mulled-
dishing
yeah.
out more presents,
He
does he?
certainly doesn't.
Yeah,
no.
roast chicken, a little bit of veg,
Yeah.
Yorkshire butt, no gravy. Yeah,
So,
he's not working.
You know, Santa Claus has to work much longer than we've been thinking, obviously.
I don't think that's right,
No.
to be honest. I don't think that's right at all.
No. Bit funny, isn't it?
Yeah. He should be having a day off.
Exactly. And his elves.
And his
He's all
elves,
having a
yeah.
party.
Yep.
Boxing Day. That's party day, isn't it, really?
It is. It's for them.
Yes.
Anyway.
Okay, this is our Christmas market. So you want to take part, just send us an email, nightshift@studiokerkyra.com. And we would love to see you here with your handmade things, with your artwork, whatever you do, with your
Absolutely.
bakery, whatever you produce, just let us know. Get in contact with us, and
Oh,
we're
and
looking
also,
forward to welcome you here.
if you can
Yeah.
play some music. I mean, if you're a busker or you play the guitar or the bouzouki, is it? We'd like
Yeah.
that to be.
Oh
played
yeah,
in the
what a great
background,
idea,
wouldn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, good idea.
So we're gonna have a lot of fun, and we do a nice atmosphere, and I'm looking really forward to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Me
Can't
too,
wait.
Thomas.
Excellent. Okay, then we move on to our last bit of the show, and that's the What's On guide with Wayne.
Yep, it's a different one today. There's a 17 kilometre.
Yeah.
17
kilometers.
Mountain road race.
Ooh.
A running race. I can't believe 17 kilometres and they're going all over the mountains. Starts off in Benitez and then goes on through different places. I think it's coming up, just gone across the screen now.
Yep. So different places is going on.
Yeah. And it's on the 26th of November, which is Sunday. Somebody's birthday. And it starts at 9 o'clock in the morning.
9 o'clock in the morning.
9 o'clock in the morning, and
17 kilometers round.
17
so there's
kilometers.
just a little bit more than 10 miles.
Yes, but I noticed from your ticker that it's going to places like Agideka and...
Yeah, it starts off in Benitez 9 o'clock, goes to Kyriaki, Kasturi, Agioteka, Stavros, and back to Benitez.
But those two places there are up a mountain. That is one hell of a steep climb, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a steep climb. Yeah, I mean, it's just a little bit more than 10 miles, so yeah.
Ooh.
Yep.
Got to be fit for that one, guys.
If you want further information, then go to www.corfurunners.gr if you want further information on that.
Yeah, Thank you. We have it again. It's www.corfurunners.gr. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for Greece. Perfect. So then 17 kilometers. Is there any fees to pay, or is this over the website?
Yes, no, that's on the website. I think it's €15 to take part.
€15 to take part.
Yeah. Surely it's torture enough. 17 kilometres.
Yes. Where's that come in? I
don't know. But apparently it's €15. I think maybe it's an entrance fee to the race. Possibly. Okay. I'm not sure whether you can still enter. Maybe that's something that
you have to check out.
You're going to have to check out for yourself.
For sure. I mean, why you just said now, €15 to run. I mean, there's people who pay 40 quid a month for a gym and never go.
That's true. That is very true.
Is that what it can cost? 40
yeah,
a month?
It can.
Really?
It costs a bit more than that sometimes, depending on the gym that you go to. Not that I've been to a gym for a long time, but
we would never know.
Really?
You do surprise us, Wayne.
Does the gym have a bar? No.
I'm
going then.
We don't have a bar. It probably has parallel bars or something.
Oh, very good. Very good.
But not your kind of bar.
Listen to him.
How do you know that?
Pictures.
Photographs.
Yes.
I may have seen a bar.
I have to say I don't know much about gymnasiums now.
Gymnasiums.
Very good. Let's say it's not gymnasium.
That's the correct name, I think.
It is, indeed it is. Yeah.
Otherwise, going down to the gym sounds like you're going down to see your mate Jim.
No,
I had a mate called Jim once.
It's for people like Wayne and me, we call it gym.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's get a
so it's
gym,
just
maybe?
people like me that would call it gymnasium, is that right? Okay.
Yeah, for pints afterwards?
Yeah. Absolutely. Do you know, I used to know somebody that used to do that. Used to actually go to a gym and then afterwards they go to the pub and then have a kebab on the way home.
No! A kebab? A gyros here, sorry, a gyros. They'd have a gyros after going in the gym? What's the point of that?
I don't know. That was... I think it was their saying that they needed more carbohydrates.
Obviously
to replace the carbohydrates that they just burnt off.
Or it was kind of a reward, perhaps, as well. Maybe.
No, not
all
really.
that heavy work, sweaty work.
Not really.
Okay.
No.
I'd sooner have the kebab or the gyros myself, actually.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of which, Jimmy's does a good one in Ipsos. He's not open at the moment, but I look forward to him being open next year.
Here we go with my food.
Quick plug.
Yeah. Jimmy's
in Ipsos. Yes, he's a good man.
And I want a free kebab.
Gyros.
Sorry, gyros.
Oh no, guys, unbelievable.
Fabulous.
No more food. Sorry, that's it. No.
Actually, I am really hungry now. We've talked about food every single night.
Maybe one
God.
night when we come in the studio, Wayne, when we come in through the door there, we'll see on the table in front of us a resplendent display of snack and tidbits. Do you reckon?
Really?
Well, Christmas is coming, we mightn't we? But then the audience will feel left out, won't they? Because they won't be able to indulge in these delicious delights.
Yeah, but we can tell them.
But we can tell them,
Yeah,
exactly. We can
can
paint a story
describe
from
that
this.
for an hour.
We haven't got smell-o-vision now, have we? Or taste-o-vision.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, Thomas, with your amazing technical brilliance, that we haven't found a way of getting smell-o-vision, taste-o-vision in this fantastic setup.
Didn't they try it at one point?
Yeah. They tried this in cinemas.
They did, didn't they?
They tried this in cinemas. Yeah, they had they released smells at the right time.
That's it. Yeah.
At the movie. So
Have you been to a 4G? Is it 4G?
4D.
4D cinema. Have you?
No.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I
I've
had
never
20
seen it.
minutes in one.
Yeah.
I think it was part of a photographic exhibition, possibly the museum in Bradford, which
Oh,
is
yes.
fantastic.
Fabulous. The
Yes,
moving
it is.
image.
Absolutely brilliant museum. But the 20 minutes in the 4D, I can't remember now. Oh, yes, I do. It was a film on the Thames, and it was about pigeons and birds, and it was really quite. Yes, you get.
I can imagine.
Exactly. And then it rained, and the funny thing was, it actually did rain and all.
Yeah.
And the snow was kind of like detergent. But when you looked on your shoulder, it really did look as if you were covered in snow. I have to say, it was quite effective, Thomas.
Yeah, I believe. Now there are some very good effects.
Yeah.
What we can do. We have to talk about effects one day because Wayne has the experience. We worked for geniuses in special effects. I call them. I think the guys are very good, man.
Oh, they are. Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Twins FX.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Yeah, and you worked with the guys for how long?
Oh, about a year, I think it was.
Yeah, the things you saw, my friend, huh?
Very good. Very good.
You've
guy.
shown us some amazing pictures from their shows, haven't you?
Yeah.
One or two of them are staggering.
Oh, very good. Very good.
So maybe we can organize here something for some effects. We do some. We have something in the working. So if we can pull it off, we will show it to viewers. Let's see.
Okay, sounds exciting. Watch this space, guys.
What's that
Fabulous.
space? Yeah. Hey guys, brilliant. So again, the 7 kilometer run.
17. Yep.
Starts when?
26th of November, which is this Sunday coming, at 9 o'clock at Benitez.
Excellent. Okay, guys. I think we've done it again.
Yeah.
What a fantastic evening. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Where are you from?
Yeah, we
Listen.
enjoy it, but
Yeah.
we obviously hope you are enjoying it at home or on the move or wherever, in fact, you are
Yes.
watching us or hearing us or whatever. But as we always say, please get in touch with us. Let us know your thoughts and feelings and come along and visit us.
Yeah.
Even better.
Or send us your questions and we'll try and answer them in our own particular way.
In our own particular way. Or just get in contact with us. If you have any questions, if you hear something we said wrong, you never know. We're only humans either. But if you have ideas for us, if you want to join us in our conversation, you always can do that. Send us in Nightshift at StudioKerkyra.com or on YouTube now. We're broadcasting. Go on to the comments. Send us some comments in. Send us some questions in. We love comments and questions, don't we?
We do.
Oh, we certainly do. The more, the merrier.
So I think for today's show, that's it. So thank you very much for watching. Goodbye from, what I have to say goodbye. Goodbye from me. Thank you very much for watching.
Yes, and it's a goodbye to me or from me, and we're just going to go off for a tasty hot little snack, I have to say, after the show. But in the meantime, Kala Nikta.
And it's goodbye from me and keep smiling.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.